anyone call you to cut the roads in Point Lynn? Did anyone call you to cut the roads in Point Lynn?
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Anyways, Kevin, said, yeah, John, I'm gonna start today.
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on. Okay?
Right on. Good.
So let you know the live stream is on. Live stream is on.
Oh, I see. I'd like to call the meeting to order, just the housekeeping rules.
Sorry. Call the meeting to order. There are just a few housekeeping rules just to make sure your cell phones are on silent. So during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak because sometimes it's difficult for us to hear up here. Je voulais juste mentionner aux gens qui sont dans la salle de mettre leur cellulaire sur silence. There aussi de ne pas trop just to make sure your cell phones are on silent durant la réunion. Parce que c'est during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak because would also like to mention for us to hear our deputy mayor is absent. Je voulais juste mentionner aux gens qui sont dans la salle now and he's well, but it's cellulaire sur silence. There aussi de ne pas trop contact us or jaser durant la réunion. During the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak because would also like to mention for us to hear our deputy mayor is absent. Je voulais juste mentionner les gens qui sont dans la salle now and he's well, but it's cellulaire sur silence. There aussi de ne pas contact us or jaser durant la réunion. During the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak because would also like to mention for us to hear our deputy mayor is absent. Je voulais juste mentionner les gens qui sont dans la salle now and he's well, but it's cellulaire sur silence. There aussi de ne pas contact us or jaser durant la réunion. During the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us during the meeting, we would ask that you not comment or speak in terms. It's like difficult for us to hear what the mayor is Jean Soft Assad now and set it out to see the order. See the contact us During the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. Shani saw that side now and do that. We saw that order on during the meeting, we would ask now not comment to recite the prayers. Sounds like you to go for us to do that. During the meeting, we ask not comment or something like during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during the meeting, we ask not comment or something during During the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of sexual program during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of sexual during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of during the meeting, we ask not comment to especially on any situation of
Yeah, no, no, the movement is fine. It's looping. Here it's fine. It's them that is not fine. But he's on it right now.
They're looping there, yeah. Well, somebody just sent me a message.
Yeah, I checked it at 3 o'clock this afternoon and it was fine. And I put it on and it's fine, but it's just, here it's fine.
Always a hard time with it.
Huh?
Always a hard time.
Always.
Is it DLC looking after that?
Well, it's, they installed it 9 and I put it on, but
Yeah,
I'm
should
not
come
I'm
on,
not a
right?
live
Yeah.
streamer, so
Should come on.
Yeah. Well, that's all things we can iron out there.
Just gotta apologize and say we'll try and have it all repaired for September
we've
meeting.
had problems since it's been installed.
So, I know I tried before to watch a few and I shut them off.
I had mentioned that we should get the owl, but nobody would listen to me, so. Because I see myself move. Okay, he's saying that it should be good. Just gonna send a.
No?
Not yet.
Okay, no.
Her hands are still on her face and you're like this until it's hers. Yeah. Now your hands are by this.
Just fine.
Now I see a wave. Nope.
Charlotte was always there in council. No, it's the first time I heard it when I got back. It shouldn't be closed already, because you guys don't know enough of the revenue.
I got a call. I got a call the week before from a woman from Charlotte who says somebody's gonna call me and tell me who it is.
You're all
So
right with
that I
that?
can invite the dignitaries. That's what she told me.
Try and fix it for the next meeting, that's all I can see.
She said, they're going to send me who it is. I don't have anything to say about it. I wouldn't know.
Usually it's council that decide.
Yeah, but where are the submissions? I'm gonna double check that tomorrow.
Mrs. Mayor, why don't we just keep going, try and get it fixed for the next meeting?
Okay.
We can be here for,
Lisa is saying that it seems to be good, but the meeting's not in progress, so she can't really tell.
Okay, let's try that.
okay.
We're gonna try and continue with the meeting to make sure and see if it's working. So if I'm not mistaken, we're at Parks and Recreation. Councillor Young.
Good evening, folks. I'd like to start by our Bonhomie Committee. The President, Cynthia Good-Cormier. A lot of people don't realize the amount of work it goes into putting on a festival that lasts, 10 days. For a person like her, or a lot of volunteers take a week off work and work countless hours to put on an event for that. And not only her, everybody on her committee, so a big thank you for that. As well as Cross Bay Swim. You guys had mentioned it earlier, but I had it on my thing. I went down, spent a few hours. A lot of work goes in for that. It's all volunteer, and it was great. And the Kanzu for the Acadian Day celebration, Pascal Saunier did a wonderful job. The culture, everybody I spoke to, they could feel it. To have the swim, the Kanzoon one day, and the powwow at Eel River Bar with the Dila Bilwa, who does a wonderful job of that. Say what you want, it's all part of our community. We're all united, and they did a wonderful job. There's a couple other things that are coming up. The Snowbirds, we have our Labor Day weekend. They have a wonderful, I had a little look at the schedule. There's going to be 4 days of wonderful events for the children. And again, Brian Arsenault and his committee, they do a great job of putting on a nice event. And then we're going to roll into the Charlotte Fall Fair, which has been a staple in Charlotte for as long as I can remember. And on some good news, the Dalhousie Dodgers have been selected to host the New Brunswick Intermediate Baseball Championships, held September 12th. So that'll be great for our community to have showcase our town, and hopefully the Dodgers win a title. And on a business standpoint, we're still waiting for estimate for the leak at the roof. We changed the plan that we had that wouldn't work, so we have to go with a different tar method. We should have an estimate in the next week or two. And I had attended the closing of La Source the last night, and I think for a lot of us, 52 years, I went there as a child with my parents. I went there on my own to listen to music and have a beverage. And I brought my children there. My grandparents brought me there. And I think we can all say the same thing. And after 52 years, a big hats off to Guy Lavillet for providing that to us. And I hope it turns into something. There'll be a change coming, but hopefully it's a good change. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Young. Next, we'll move on to Personnel and Bylaws Committee, Councillor Conseil Gaétan Pelletier.
Merci, Madame la Mairesse. I'll do probably most of it in English. If I need to translate, I'll be happy to translate. Most of my work have been on personnel. I don't have much to say, so I'll just retain that for probably the next meeting if I have more to say. I've been working on the bylaws, and there's one that I've completed almost, and I shared a copy to the council so that they can revise that bylaw, which is the procedural bylaw for the council. Most of the changes are grammar. You'll notice change of grammar because the grammar was not appropriate, and there's a few items that I put in that were important for us to work properly. And I've been working on the code of conduct bylaw for the council too, and most of it is going to be grammar also, and I can't see too many changes that need to be added as the whole content. And I'm going to start at the bylaw respecting the not this one, sorry. The bylaw relating to dangerous or unsightly premises in the town of Aaron Bay this coming week. And so I gave you this one. I want you to revise it if you have any comments, if you have anything that you wish me to do with it. And on page 5, I believe, you have a red line and you have a blue line. It was just added after I sent it to you by emails. Yeah, page 5. The question on the red line is that, do we need it? And question on the 5th line is that, do we need to add it? Thank you, Madame la Mairesse, and that's it for my report.
Thank you, Councillor Pelletier. So there will be some little changes. Also, it's not like redrafting bylaws. There's a lot of our bylaws that are Town of Dalhousie and Village of Charlotte. So it's more or less a merging of those bylaws. Take what's good, and some of the bylaws have been done, but they have to be maybe a little stronger or something. But mostly, like Councillor Gaetan, Councillor Pelletier stated, it's to bring things up to date and make it's easier for us as our job. One of the little changes that we kind of discussed, and we're still going to discuss, is we'd like to see the agenda have the mayor's report. We'd like to have the mayor report on things, and sometime I'm busy as well, and it doesn't get out there exactly what we've done and what I've done. So we thought it would be an item. There's other municipalities that have that, but that has to have, and when we changed the bylaws, it's 3 readings, so it's going to come probably in the fall or whenever. Just a reminder that, our senior staff, which is Lillian, just one, she needs her summer vacations as well. So when senior staff is off, we can't meet as a council without having the clerk or the CAO there. So, but we have been working very hard. We're still coming up to date with all the files. So a lot of it is sitting down and getting briefed on the past files, because we've inherited a lot of things that we were not up to date with, and we need to have that done. So I just wanted to comment on that, and thank you again, Councillor Pelletier. So next is Community Development and Planning Committee, which is Councillor Tremblay usually, and his it's Councillor McNair. That's who's Clem's? It's okay. We'll skip it for this evening because we don't have a report. It is Councillor Young, but he doesn't have anything to report at this time. I can just mention, though, Community Development and Planning, that the municipal plan is being worked on by the Planning Commission. And for you that don't know, a municipal plan is our land use for Heron Bay. Right now, the municipal plan, Charlotte has one, Dalhousie one has one. So what happens, what the process will be is that they will draft it. There will be public presentations where the public can come and ask questions. And that takes a while. We're one of the last ones, I think, to be done. So they're working at that. So that's exactly when you get into community development. Also, I have met as mayor. There have been people who have come in who have business ideas and plans and things. I can't comment because all that stuff is confidential, but to say that we do meet on a regular basis, there's always people coming in with ideas and plans, and I'm actually quite, people say things aren't happening, but people are maybe feeling that there is a change, and so we have had people come in and meet us on different things, so that's positive as well. Thank you. So now we will move on to Comité de Finances et Gouvernement Général, Finance and General Government Committee, and that's Councillor McNair, please.
Merci, Madame la mairesse. Pour le dossier finances, j'aimerais dire que le Conseil a eu la chance de rencontrer notre vérificateur financier le 21 juillet au sujet des finances pour l'année 2025. Nous sommes toujours à réviser la documentation et nous partageons plus d'informations à la prochaine réunion. Pour le rapport financier du mois de juillet, je n'ai vraiment rien à rapporter ce mois-ci, dû aux vacances, puis bien méritées. Les vacances estivales, il a été impossible de m'asseoir avec le personnel administratif afin de le réviser, mais on va faire ça prochainement. For the financial portfolio, I just want to mention that I have sent every counselor the grants and donation policy for review. So if everybody, I think everybody received this. If they just want to look at it, and I welcome the comments, and we'll adjust as we go. I want to mention also that when council hears about significant savings in the delivery of municipal services, I believe it's important to recognize the employees whose efforts made those results possible. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize our Public Works supervisor and staff for their leadership and innovative approach to winter road maintenance. By staying current with new knowledge and adopting best practice in salt management, it was reported to Council that the Public Works team had gone from using 4,500 tons of salt to 2,100 tons, achieving a saving of about $200,000 in 2025, while maintaining the quality of service provided to residents. These savings represent a significant benefit to taxpayers and demonstrate what we can achieve when employees are encouraged to apply new knowledge and new approaches to municipal operations. Innovation does not always require spending more. That is what you call true leadership. For the health portfolio, I would like to read a letter that we got from somebody from the Fresh for Less program. So I'll start in French. Je veux prendre un moment pour vous dire merci. Merci à vous qui avez généreusement contribué financièrement afin d'offrir un sac d'épicerie chaque mois dans le cadre du programme Pensez frais. Grâce à votre générosité et 14 familles moins fortunées de notre communauté ont pu bénéficier de septembre 2025 à juin 2026. Votre geste a fait une réelle différence dans la vie de ces familles en leur apportant un petit répit et un peu de soutien. Au nom des familles bénéficiaires et de toute notre équipe, merci du fond du cœur. In English, please excuse the delay, but I would like to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you to you who generously contributed financially to provide a grocery bag each month through the Fresh for Less program. Thank you for your generosity, along with that of 13 other donors. 14 families in need in our community were able to benefit from the program from September 2025 to June 2026. Your kindness made a real difference in the lives of these families by providing them with a little relief and support. On behalf of the families who receive assistance and our entire team, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So we see that sometimes what we contribute make a difference in people's lives. For the health and wellness file, I just want to say that the council will be at the table to the local service committee for the first time on August 19th. So this week coming. The committee addresses issues related to primary care service available in our community. In a nutshell, the purpose of this committee is to optimize and align the various programs, services, projects, and initiatives in the health and primary health care continuum in our community. This community aims to create cross-functional links between the various departments and sectors with a view to implementing an integrated service network. It will make it possible to identify gaps, make recommendations to address these gaps, and remove barriers to service delivery. So this is really a committee that looks at healthcare in our region, in the whole region, so like the Restigouche region. So it will be a plus for us to be at the table and to be able to discuss that and bring our, if we have these inquiétudes, So that's it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McNair.
You didn't have the one for the community garden.
Okay, so those are, I guess, all the reports for this evening. We will move to the inquiries of committees. So that enables counselors to question other counselors and committees. And if they are not able to answer, we can always get it from the CAO. So if any of you have questions for other committees, no. I just wanted maybe if Councillor Gaetan Pelletier would take the chair. So I have just a few things to say as the mayor, and I have to relinquish my chair to do that. So
It will be my honor.
So I won't, it's not very long. It's just I like to, as the mayor, and it's going to be adopted so that I can make a presentation. Not a lot, but I'd like to just let you know that we have met with our MLA and our minister, Gilles Lepage. I've met him on different issues. We met through the Regional Service Commission on affordable housing and regional transportation. So we have been meeting about that. We also had them send a letter of support to reiterate the problem with the vet labs and the cuts to the laboratories. So I proposed that to the Regional Service Commission, and a letter was sent on our behalf, and we're continuing with that. We wanted to let people know that maybe the Restigouche region, sometime we are at a disadvantage for recruitment and things, so we wanted to bring that to the forefront. We also we're still in negotiations for different issues, and some of them I can't speak of this evening because when it's negotiations, it's of course confidential, but certainly as soon as we have news, we will bring it to you. I just wanted to mention a lot of the calls I get are for unsightly premises, and it's mostly people who do not mow their lawns and have garbage and things. And I just put it out there that if we all had a little bit of civic pride, that we could maybe do those things, because for us, unsightly premise, it is a big file, but it's also, there's so many little wins that we could have. So I'm just asking citizens to look at your front lawns and and just kind of, it doesn't take much, and pick up the garbage, and people pay high assessments, they pay high taxes on their property. Everybody likes to enjoy their property, and so it's nice if we had some civic pride to do those things, because I get so many calls, as the councillors do, and the neighbor doesn't cut the lawn and that. And I know we want to save the bees, but after June 1st, there's a lot of flowers in the summer, so I know my bees have lots of flowers to collect pollen. So, and grass, high grass, is bad for fires and rodents. And in the dryness, somebody throws a cigarette in that tall grass. Our houses are close together, so it becomes a safety issue. So everybody could do their part. It would really, really reduce having to send you a letter or, argue the point. So I'm just asking if we can all just make a little effort to get our properties in order. And like I mentioned earlier, we had met with some groups for people come and do meet with the mayor often. I'm here and they make appointments, they come in. Sometimes people drop in. Sometimes it's good if you have an appointment, but I meet with all sorts of things. But and most of it is, a lot of it is unsightly premise. So just wanted to run that by you. So I thank everyone this evening for coming as well, and hopefully when we have the new agenda in the fall. Oh yes, I wanted to mention that too, that we're still looking at how to run our meetings, agenda based and reports, and so we're just kind of working toward that. So we want to make sure there's changes, but because we had no committee meetings, because we allow the discussions to happen here at the public meeting. So I thank you all for attending, and hopefully everything will go well.
Merci, Madame la Mairesse.
I'm not going to grow any taller, I guess. So next we will move to the motions and resolutions. And I guess the heading for it is the release of the collective primary liability deductible guarantee fund of the village group of the Association of Francophone Municipalities of New Brunswick. Has to do with insurance. So I will ask Councillor McNair, could you proceed?
If it's okay, I'll read it in French, and Councillor Young will read it in English, because it's quite long.
Perfect.
Considérant que la municipalité de Charlot, maintenant partie intégrante de BDRon, est titulaire d'une police d'assurance en responsabilité civile et en bien via le courtier AON sous le numéro PBL 00145, considérant que ces polices sont sujettes à une franchise individuelle de même qu'à une franchise collective en assurance de la responsabilité civile primaire et en bien, considérant que des fonds de garantie d'une valeur telle que démontrée dans le tableau A furent mis en place pour chaque terme afin de garantir ces franchises collectives en responsabilité civile primaire et pratique d'emploi et en bien, et que la municipalité de Charlot y a investi un quote-part de tel que démontré dans le tableau A, considérant que l'AFMNB émet des remboursements des soldes de franchise pour les termes répondant à la Convention de la libération des fonds, considérant que la Convention relative à la gestion des fonds collectifs prévoit ce que suit au titre de la libération des fonds. Libération des fonds. Les fonds de garantie sont maintenus en opération jusqu'à épuisement des sommes par remboursement du coût des règlements des sinistres qui lui sont imputables ou jusqu'à ce que toutes les réclamations rapportées soient complètement réglées ou que la prescription soit acquise ou ait été reconnue comme telle par un tribunal pour toutes les réclamations couvertes par les polices émises par la période visée. Sur attestation conjointe de l'assureur et des municipalités assurées à l'effet qu'ils ne subissent aucune réclamation couverte par les polices émises pour la période visée, le reléquant des fonds est libéré et retourné aux municipalités assurées, à chacune selon sa quote-part, accompagné de la comptabilité détaillée du compte ainsi que la liste de tous les remboursements effectués. Considérant que l'ensemble des réclamations déclarées au courtier touchant les dites polices et les dites fonds de garantie de franchise collective ont été traités et fermés par les assureurs, considérant que la municipalité de BDRon, entre parenthèses Charlot, confirme qu'ils ne subissent aucune réclamation couverte par la police d'assurance émise via le courtier AON pour les termes définis dans le tableau A, pour laquelle des coûts liés au paiement des réclamations pourraient être engagés. Considérant que la municipalité de BDRon, Charlot, demande que les soldes définis dans le tableau A soient libérés conformément à l'article 5, considérant qu'il est entendu que la libération des fonds met un terme aux obligations de l'assureur, à quelque titre que ce soit, exception faite de toute réclamation susceptible de mettre en œuvre la garantie offerte en excédent des dits fonds de garantie de franchise collective en responsabilité civile primaire, considérant que la municipalité de BDRon, Charlot, s'engage cependant à donner avis à l'assureur de tout fait et qu'en circonstances susceptibles de donner lieu à une réclamation de même que de toute réclamation, quelle qu'en soit l'importance, qui pourrait être recevable au terme de la police émise pour les périodes démontrées dans le tableau A. Considérant que les assureurs pourront alors enquêter ou intervenir selon ce qu'ils estimera à propos, considérant que la municipalité de BDRon-Charlot s'engage à retourner en partie ou en totalité le montant qui lui sera ristourné, des dits fonds de garantie si jamais une réclamation se déclare dans le futur et que celle-ci engage la franchise collective en responsabilité civile primaire pour les périodes du tableau A. En conséquence, d'obtenir une lettre au courtier confirmant qu'il autorise l'Association des municipalités du Nouveau-Brunswick en tant que mandataire du regroupement des villages à libérer le fonds de garantie de franchise collective en responsabilité civile primaire et pratique d'emploi pour la période du tableau A. d'autoriser l'Association des municipalités du Nouveau-Brunswick à procéder au versement des soldes des dits fonds de garantie aux membres du regroupement des villages dans les mêmes proportions que ceux-ci ont été contribués lors de sa constitution. Et le tableau A mentionne que c'est pour une période de 2017. Le remboursement, c'est pour une période de 2017 à 2021. Puis le total de remboursement sera de 8 131 et 63 cents. Take a breath.
Councillor Young.
Sorry, guys, but I'm going to repeat it here. Whereas the municipality of Charlotte, now part of Town of Heron Bay, holds a liability and property insurance policy through broker AON under policy number PBL 00145. Whereas these policies are subject to both an individual deductible and a collectible deductible for primary liability and property insurance. Whereas the guaranteed funds in the amount shown in Schedule A, which are $8,131.63, established for each policy term for the secure collective deductibles for primary liability, employment, practice liability, and property insurance in the municipality of Charlotte, contribute its proper shares indicated in Schedule A. Whereas the Association of New Municipalities in New Brunswick issues reimbursements of deductible fund balances for policy terms that meet the conditions set out in the fund release agreements. Whereas the governing management of the collective funds provide the following with respective release of the funds. The guarantee funds shall remain in effect until the funds have been exhausted through payment of claims attributable to them, or until all reported claims have been fully settled or have become statute barred or have been recognized as such by the court for all claims covered by the policy issued during the applicable period. Upon joint confirmation by the insurer and the insured municipalities that no claims remain outstanding under the policies issued for the applicable period, the remaining balance of the fund shall be released and returned to the insured municipalities in proportion to their respective contributions, together with a detailed accounting of all the fund and a list of reimbursements made. Whereas all claims reported to the broker relating to the said insurance policy related collective deductible guaranteed funds have been processed and closed by the insurers. Whereas the Town of Heron Bay, formerly Charlotte, confirms that there are no outstanding claims covered under the insurance policies issued through broker AON for the policy terms identified in Schedule A, for which claim-related costs may still be incurred. Whereas the Town of Heron Bay, formerly Charlotte, requests that the balances identified in Schedule A be released in accordance with Article 5. Whereas it is understood that the release of these funds terminates the insurer's obligations in relation to the guaranteed funds, except with respect to any claim that may trigger the coverage in excess of collective primary liability deductible guaranteed funds. Whereas the Town of Heron Bay, formerly Charlotte, nevertheless undertakes to notify the insurer of any facts or circumstances likely to give the rise to a claim, as well as any claim, regardless of its amount, that may be covered under the policies issued for the periods listed in Schedule A. Whereas the insurers may investigate or intervene as they deem appropriate. Whereas the Town of Heron Bay, formerly Charlotte, undertakes to repay in whole or in part any amount refunded from the collective deductible guaranteed should a future claim arise that engages the collective primary liability deductible for any periods listed in Schedule A. Now therefore be it resolved that a letter obtained from the broker conferring authorization for the Association of Municipalities of New Brunswick, acting as an agent for the village group, to release the collective deductible guaranteed funds or the primary liability and employment practices liability for policies identified in Schedule A. That the Association of Municipalities of New Brunswick be authorized to distribute the remaining balances of said guarantee funds to be members of the village group in the same proportions as their original contributions. Is that it? Oh, good. Sorry, thank you.
Could I have somebody move the accept of the resolution? A motion?
I'll move it.
Moved by Councillor
Levine.
Levine. Seconded. Do I have a seconder? Seconded. Okay, seconded by Councillor McNair. All in favor by show of hands? All hands are raised, so the motion is carried. Next on our agenda is appointment of representatives to the Recreatiplex Board. Is there anyone to be appointed? Was there an appointee?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Linda Lavoie as our third appointee to the Recreaplex Board.
So there's a motion on the floor. Do I have a seconder to that motion? Councillor Pelletier,
I will second that.
seconded by Councillor Pelletier. Any discussion on the motion? Any comments? Okay, so all in favor of the motion signify by aye or hand, raise of hands. All hands are raised, so the motion is carried. The next order of business is the Northern Shield Women's Hockey Team sponsorship request.
Yes, thank you, Madame la Mairesse. I could read the request.
Go ahead.
So, dear sir or madam, we are proud to introduce Northern Shield, the first senior women's hockey team in our community. Our goal is to provide women with the opportunity to play competitive hockey while promoting teamwork, healthy lifestyle, and a community pride. As a new team, we are seeking sponsorships to help cover expenses such as ice rentals, league fees, and uniforms. Your support will help create new opportunities for female athletes and contribute to the growth of women's hockey in our region. In return, your business will receive recognition through the Northern Shield team jersey, social media platform, and other promotional opportunities throughout the season. We would be grateful for your support as we build something special for women's hockey in our community. Together, we can help inspire the next generation of female hockey players. Thank you for your time and consideration. Véronique Thibault, team leader. There was not a lot of information there, but as I did a little research, it says that the Northern Shield is the Campbellton area. Northern Shield is a competitive senior women's hockey team in northern New Brunswick. They are part of the new regional senior women's hockey structure alongside the Bathurst Blades and the Miramichi Mayhem, forming a competitive local loop. The founders are Véronique Thibault and Marilyn Saucier. The player pool, the roster primarily draws local players from the Campbellton and Heron Bay area.
So it's like a senior league for hockey, for women's hockey. Councillor Young, you have a question?
So I did read that, to that part, and what I would suggest is I would like the co-organizers to come in and give us a little more of an update on where they intend to play, and then we can make a decision on, you know what I mean? If they're going to be renting ice time in town, maybe we can help out with that or something, but we need a little bit more information before we make a decision on this.
Go ahead.
Madame la Mairesse, may I just bring a point of order that I noticed is that when we ask you to speak, we have to address to you. It's very important for the quorum. Pardon? It's very important for the decorum that when we address ourselves, we address to you. Just a reminder.
Thank you, Councillor Young. So what we will do is we can, maybe someone will take responsibility to have that happen?
That's what I'd like to get a little more contact for those people and have a discussion with them. Maybe
you'll-
they could come in and meet with us.
And you can report back, you'll report at the next meeting or
Yes, I will.
to the members. Okay, thank you.
Madam Mayor, thank you.
So the next thing is appointments to committees. Are there any appointments to committees? No. So we will move to the adjournment, to have someone to adjourn the meeting.
Moved, we adjourn the meeting.
Adjourned by Councillor Levine. So I will adjourn the meeting. I will allow a question period, but I just want to give the rules. The question, it has to be a question. So I will ask if anybody has a question, if they want to address the meeting. We can go ahead. Anybody have any questions? No? Well, thank you all for coming, and hope to see you at the next meeting. And I really thank you for your patience. It will take a little while. Thanks so much, everybody.